Howdy, this is David Groce, your Texas tax and lawman. Welcome back to our series on starting your own business. In my practice, I have identified 4 steps you should take in bringing your business from concept to reality. Today, we're talking about the first step, make your plans. My favorite advice on planning comes from Solomon in Proverbs chapter 16. He gives us 3 verses that define the why, what, and how of a good business plan. Proverbs 16:1 says, "The plans of the heart belong to man, but the answer of the tongue is from the Lord." Solomon tells us the first big question that every investor wants to know, and the critical question that you must know to start your business. Why? Why do you want to start a business? The business gurus call this your story. The French call it your raison d'être, your purpose for being. Why do you want to be in business? If you can't answer that question, then you don't need to be in business for yourself. Boil it down to a simple sentence. A stylist might say, "I love working with my hands and helping women feel beautiful." That's a great reason to be in business. People want and need that service and will pay money for it. A home builder or tradesman might say, "I love creating new things and bringing people's dreams to reality." That's a terrific reason to be in business. Building houses is hard, and homeowners with money need professionals to realize their dreams. The next big question is what? Solomon puts it this way in verse 3, "Commit your works to the Lord, and your plans will be established." What is your work? Said differently, what is your deliverable? What does the client receive from you? I know that sounds simple, but it may not be. If a programmer says, "I want to write code," well, that sounds great. But what does it mean? Write code for whom? What kind of code? A better answer might be, "I want to update the old basic programming in Industry X machines to modern HTML coding so that it'll work with smartphones today." That is a much better answer because it answers all 3 questions that we need to know. What good, product, service, or benefit are you doing for whom and at what cost? If you can't tell me those 3 things, then you really don't know what your business is or what it's going to be. Refining this question and this answer will help you define your deliverable and the product that you are selling. The last question is how. How are you, as a passionate and driven business owner, going to deliver this valuable good or service to a client? Solomon says, "The mind of man plans his way." Do you know the means and the methods of doing your work? Do you know the how-to in your job? You may roll your eyes at the simplicity of this question, but it's a good question. Do you know how you are going to deliver this good or service to your client? Are they coming to your office? Are you making house calls? Do they buy it online? See, a good business plan should give you great answers to each of these questions. Why do you do what you do? What exactly are you selling? How do you deliver that to your client? I'm humored that after Solomon posits each of his big ideas, he combines it with a simple equation. You do your part, and God does his part. In verse 1, you give a good reason, tell a good story, and give an impassioned why for your business, and that will move people to give you the right answer. Yes, I will. Please let me buy one. Verse 3 says, "Commit your works to the Lord," meaning do what you do with excellence and your plans will be established. You will be successful. And finally, verse 9 says, "The mind of man plans his way, but the Lord directs his steps." It is amazing to me that when we do our homework and think through these big questions, all the little things come together. That is the Lord directing your steps. Hey, I hope this video encouraged you. If so, click like and subscribe below. Send it to a friend and check out our next video on Count the Costs of Starting a New Business. Adios. Texas tax and lawman legal disclaimer. Hey, I'm a lawyer. You know I have to have some lawyer mumbo jumbo. This is a general information video, not client attorney privilege information. The content is informational only and is not directed to any specific facts or circumstances and cannot be relied upon as a legal opinion, even though that would be nice and save you a trip to the lawyer. If you have a specific legal question, feel free to contact David Groce directly or seek qualified legal or tax counsel in your state of residence, state of mind, or whatever place you call home.